Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, and we have a Bachelor Nation news story for you today. The stories just write themselves these days. Bekah Martinez lets kids play with dinner. Dinner being that white, fluffy magician's rabbit, but they didn't pull it out of the hat. We're gonna get into the story right now. Bekah claps back after people were like, "Are you serious?" And then I'll give you my opinion on the matter. I'm not here to judge any mothers for their techniques. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I've got stand-up show updates Thursday in Burbank. I'll be in New York City in a couple weeks, and so much more going on. Patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content where we're sharing all of the gossip I can't share with you guys, and there's a lot out there. Also, Bachelor Rush Hour, the afternoon podcast. We'll be there today, every afternoon, bachelorrushhour.com. So Bekah posted this last night. She said, I have to remind them, her kids, every day that we're going to eat them eventually. It's more of a reminder to myself than anything. Now, for those that are wondering, she means eat the rabbit, not eat the kids. Like, she's not reminding the kids, we're going to eat you. She's like, hey, that cute rabbit you've got, we're going to eat it. And that is an adorable, I mean, come on, that's a cute rabbit. Look at those rabbit's feet, right? That's adorable. But is it a good source of food? And, should we be shaming people? A lot of mom shaming happening for eating rabbits, or is the question more like just don't let your kids develop some sort of emotional attachment? It's going to cost a lot more in therapy when they become teenagers and go, you know what, my mom let us become best friends with our food, and maybe we shouldn't be doing that. So anyway, I don't know. You guys be the judge right now. There it is. And Bekah says, if the biggest source of my kids' trauma is from eating rabbits, I'll consider my parenting job well done. We had a funny response from Demi. We'll get to that in a second. But people are like, what are you talking about? Some people are saying, hey, if you didn't grow up in 4-H or FFA, it shows. I love the pigs I raised, and they were also delicious. I don't know. I mean, I understand the dilemma. I think bacon is a very delicious meat. I also think pigs are very intelligent animals that shouldn't be eaten. But where do I stand on the fence? You know what I mean? I'm I'm not a vegan, that's for sure. All right, so that was her initial post, the rabbit post here, the kids playing with rabbits. And then here's her response. We'll turn the audio off there. She says, I took notes on my dancing face and tried to loosen up. So this is her response. She says, when people think it's wrong to let my kids bond with our meat rabbits. And then she says, after that, she does a little dance. But I posted about our kids playing with the chickens for over a year, and no one batted an eye when we ate them. Look, first of all, as far as poultry is concerned, I think animals have varying levels of intelligence. Elephants are very smart and very closely related to humans. Of course, so are chimpanzees. Mammals, to me, are probably smarter than a lot of reptilian creatures, at least in the sort of, again, look, hey, someone's going to comment, well, actually, the salamander, shut up, Tina, okay? Go over there and eat your rabbits. So either way, we used to tell our kids, you make sure to eat your carrots, but now we're saying make sure to eat the rabbit that ate the carrot. All right, let's dangle some carrots on a stick. Dazed Honey said, weird as F and not a flex. And other people have said, hey, if you're taking your kids to a petting zoo and then went to a McDonald's, it's the same thing. Now, look, I get it. We have a weird sort of detachment from our food source, and it could be, there's two different conversations. Farming your own animals is probably the most sustainable version, an ethical version of eating animals. Factory farming's ridiculous. There should be better measures in place to feed all of us. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know, if you live in California, you drive through when you head to Northern California, you drive through this like slaughter town. It smells horrible. Those are dead, dying, and rotting cows. It smells horrible. Pigs. I mean, look, hey, I think we all are on the same page that it's horrifying. I think a lot of people can just disassociate, and that's probably one of the problems we have in society. Now, the other issue is letting your kids form an emotional attachment with said animal before it heads to the slaughterhouse. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Demi, our good friend Demi Burnett said, and of course, she always has a good story. She says, I'll never forget my ex-stepdad tomahawking my rabbit in the neck. I was horrified. I only agreed to eat it if they made me a keychain out of its foot. Tasted like chicken. Well, there's another amazing comment by Demi. Why you should be eating more rabbit. Again, The issue of eating rabbit doesn't seem to be like the issue. It's the issue of maybe letting your kid form an emotional bond with an animal. We wouldn't feed a kid a dog after having it be a family pet. But if farm animals are certainly different. I think pigs and in certain farm animals like chickens, we can like. They're not as snuggly, to say. But another way, Patrice O'Neal had a great bit about this. I just looked it up. Killing animals for food. He tells us which animals he's okay eating. Of course, Patrice O'Neal, one of the best comedians of all time, died early of a stroke. Here's what he had to say about eating farm animals versus non-farm animals here. And we're having trouble loading it. And such is the way the world works, folks. Let me try this one more time. Here we go.
You'd be like, damn, I can't kill a cow. I could kill fish, though. Because fish don't have any eyebrows, you know what I mean? A fish.
All right, so
we do a lot of stuff to fish that ain't right. Because as soon as you catch it, it's...
Okay, so fish don't have eyebrows. So Patrice O'Neal says he can kill an animal that doesn't have eyebrows. Bunnies, I think, they got little fluffy eyebrows, you know what I mean? But either way, it doesn't mean you won't eat it. It just wouldn't kill it. So we're barrel scraping, baby. Let's talk about Let's talk about the rabbits. We should all be eating more rabbit. Lean, nutritious, and climate-friendly rabbit can offer an escape from the industrial meat supply chain. So anyway, people began eating more rabbits during the pandemic. Someone said it's a hard sell. People look at rabbits like it's Bambi's friend Thumper. Perception is everything when we're eating animals. As social anthropologist Xavier Medina explains, our meat choices rely on categorical thinking. Pets cannot be food, but Medina, the director of the UNESCO Chair on Food Culture and Development, is a Spaniard, so he acknowledges rabbit's particular case. It's cute in a pet shop window, but it has also been bred for food since antiquity, especially on the Iberian Peninsula, home to Orctolagus caninculus. Oh boy, that sounds like a sex move, doesn't it? The prodigious European rabbit, the ancestor to the world's 305 domesticated breeds. In Spain, they eat lots of rabbits. Well, they do a lot of things in Spain, don't they? Even there, though, rabbits' transitional status creates a difficult balance for the socially constructed identity given to the animal, writes Medina in a 2007 edited volume, Consuming the Inedible, Neglected Dimensions of Food Choice. We're wigged out by rabbits' binary busting. The bunny taboo is especially resonant in the U.S., where it's implicated, says famed offal chef Chris Cosentino, in our problematic food system. The public views certain meats as okay to eat and others not. By doing so, we've limited our ability to be sustainable and have variance in our diets, and we've also fueled the fire for factory farming. So yeah, I mean, rabbits, they say, are actually high in a lot of great things here. Lean, nutritious, and climate friendly. Rabbit can offer an escape from the industrial meat supply chain. My first pet was a rabbit, so I have a little bit of a bias here that I wouldn't want old Fluffy to be, brought out for dinner. But could there be an argument made that maybe exposing your kids to a little bit of reality in that food isn't just something that falls on the plate, but comes from a source? That could be a good thing. I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. You're a bunch of moms out there. Are we parent shaming here by criticizing Bekah? What's funny is she has that homestead haircut. You know what I mean? She's got Little House on the Prairie energy, but she's also a super successful influencer. I mean, she's made tons of money to the point where she was able to quit Chatty Broads. I mean, Chatty Broads must have been bringing her at least $100,000 to $150,000, $200,000 a year. I'm guessing at least. I know what the stats look like. Maybe more. $250,000 job, and she just says, I don't need to do it. That means her social media must be making so much more. So good for her for, practicing what she preaches, living this sustainable lifestyle. I'm not going to judge her, but let's see if there's anything on her Instagram following what we saw there. Let's just go forward to what happened today here. She's working out. Good for her. Nothing so far. She got a lot on her stories here. This is a full-time job. Reminder that not eating animal products is not equal to inherently more ethical. I'm genuinely floored at how many people are so disconnected from their food source and not just meat. Fruits, vegetables, legumes that are grown and harvested by people who our government and citizens look down on and give no significant or meaningful protection to, or dignity for that matter. Breeding low-emission meat is a great thing to do for the environment and for humanitarianism. Yeah, I mean, of course, a lot of factory farming, even on the vegetable side of things, uses a ton of water, and migrant workers that don't have citizen status or rights. They come to our country to work on farms where they're barely paid. And they do back-breaking work. Signed, a kid from a family of migrant farm laborers.
Do I like getting a rise out of people? Yes. And I also just find it interesting to see where people don't question things but question certain things. Here's what I mean. I find it really interesting that people take such an issue with the kids bonding with these rabbits. I'm not doing it in quotes, with them bonding with the rabbits and playing with them, which, by the way, I try to actually keep to a minimum. The dressing up was something that our nanny did with them, and I prefer not to do that, and I prefer for them to only have a few minutes of handling every day because it's stressful for the rabbits. But anyway, what I find interesting is that so the rabbits, start to finish, after they're born, it's 8 to 12 weeks when you process them for meat. So under 3 months. Meanwhile, but I've been posting our kids playing with, carrying the chickens so much over the last year and a half, consistently, quite frequently. And yet no one has much to say when we've butchered the chickens.
No one cares about chickens. They don't have eyebrows.
We butchered a few, and I posted about it and not hidden it at all. So it's just interesting because it seems that people's morals and ethics are really swayed by the cuteness of animals. And I mean, it's something. Look, I remember in the old episodes of Vanderpump Rules where none of these people are vegetarian, but they're protesting dogs being eaten in China, but then they're eating baby cows and baby sheep in the U.S. It's just...
Good point.
Giving American.
Oh, do I hate it when people say giving. You will never catch me. You will never catch me saying giving. What does this even mean? It's giving American? What does giving mean?
Giving American.
Ah! Anyway, she says, it's America. Looks are everything. All these people commenting are going to eat the least attractive person first at the apocalypse. Fortunately, I'll be long gone by the time it gets to that. Can't take my time. She posts that video we already watched, and then our final slide here. Someone said, that's why you posted it, though, right? You want to make people mad so there's more engagement on your page. She said, can I actually set something straight? I post this stuff because I'm entertained and interested in people's reactions, but I get way better engagement by posting a cute bump pic and giving away Lululemons in the comments. I actually need to have better self-control about being a pot stirrer because ultimately it gets me to lose followers and engagement, and it also gives me anxiety after 20 minutes. Yeah, okay. She's got that. I understand. She likes to pick a little bit of a fight. She gets a little bored and she's like, all right, let's have a debate about bunny rabbits. I totally get that. Hey, we like Bekah, and no questioning how she mothers. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. But as she said, optics aren't everything. She only lets the kids handle them a little bit every day. So it's not like the kids are walking them. I mean, look, I would say this. Maybe don't give your farm animals names. That way, when old Timmy goes missing, you don't just tell your kid knows where it went. And again, rabbits, they replicate very quickly, and they're a low carbon footprint, I guess, when it comes to edible food sources here. And that's an issue we're going to have to reckon with in the future. All right, folks, Bachelor Rush Hour, the hit podcast this afternoon. Make sure to check it out. Original content. I'll have some updated information over there about some stories going on, some breaking stories we've been working on behind the scenes. All that will be there, bachelorrushhour.com, and I'm going to be live right after this, patreon.com/Dave Neal. Bye.